Well, hi, welcome back. Today we are doing a funky mid-century build, which you're gonna be surprised to hear that I built this way back in March, and so I don't remember a whole bunch. I mean, I looked at the footage, obviously, but yeah, I just back in March. Okay, so yeah, I've had this on my computer for a while, you could say, because it is now August. So yeah, but yeah, a little funky mid-century. It's neat. I think it's 3 bedrooms, has 2 bathrooms. It's like an Atomic Family type thing, because, you know, mid-century, so 50s, so they were like, we need to have 2 children and we need to have a couple, whatever. So that's just how most of the houses were back then. So this is how this one is, because it's mid-century. So I don't know, trying to keep with like even though it's funky and it's like modern, I was trying to keep with like not the fundamentals. You get what I mean? Like how they would have built a house back then with like the amount of bedrooms. You guys get what I mean, right? It's just how houses were planned back then. So, yeah, you can see there's a larger bedroom. That bedroom in the corner is tiny, and yeah, I do replace it with like, that's like the teen girl's room. She has like a streaming setup. In the other corner, it's like a teen guy's room, and he has like all kinds of like bowling stuff. So he's like a bowling guy. Okay, sure. And then the parents are kind of hippies, I think. Like, I put wallpaper in there from the new Crystal Pack that came out, well, I say new, it came out like 6 months ago now, so I guess it's not really new, but it's new enough to this build, right? So, I think it was new when I was building this, so I used it. So, they're kind of hippies in there. They have, like, fun pictures and stuff like that, so this was their bathroom, and I did put a mannequin in here briefly. It's just so that I could figure out, like, eye level. So if you have, like, you can look out, because I do add windows in here. There's a shower right there. So I was like, well, I want the person showering to feel comfortable showering with a window right there. I could have moved it probably, most likely, but my brain was like, it would be cool to have a little window while you're showering, but yeah, see? I'm like, okay, they're not gonna see anything. It's fine. So, yeah, this was a tricky build, because I remember struggling with it, because I was trying to make it like mid-century, but I also wanted to use a whole bunch of stuff that I had just gotten, so that's why it became like a funky mid-century, because it's not exactly like a normal mid-century. Like the house is looks very mid-century, but the interior of this house is not. It's kind of all over the place. It's colorful. It's each room has like a different vibe to it. It's nice. I like it, but it's definitely not. They wouldn't have built this back then. So it's been like renovated, but it definitely hasn't been. It's like a new build, so I don't know, maybe it's just like I moved the windows again, so maybe that whole mannequin thing was a lie. Oh boy, okay, well, maybe I'll move that shower later, I forget. It's been a while. So, and I put this big concrete slab on the top, just because I'm like, well, mid-century, right? I don't know. Concrete slab. So yeah, that works, I think. It looks kind of cool. I have like grass and stuff up there. I add, what is it called? The things that catch the sun and make them into electricity. Solar panels. I add those up there. Catch the sun? They catch the entire sun. There is no more sun, because those exist. Anyway. I will say this, I don't think is a very good place for the streaming setup, only because the window is right there, and I feel like if I was streaming there, I would get really anxious, because I can see when, like, if you're streaming and you're home alone and there's like a package that comes, like, they're gonna come up your little driveway, and they're gonna see you first, and they're gonna know you're home. So, do you aren't going with this? Because like that kind of freaks me out a little bit. So, I don't like that I put her bedroom in the front. But I think I add like curtains and stuff. So I think it will be okay. But like if I was her, I would maybe move. Maybe she can't. Maybe that's like the best place for. I think that's the best place for everything, considering the doors and everything. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I'll shut up now. Yeah. So it's a cute room. I like it a lot. There's like a little heart shelf, all that fun stuff that came with the what is it? The pack that oh my god, I can't think of her name. The woman who is from Northern England. She goes, "Hi hens." What is her name? Plumbella. Oh my god, Plumbella. How did I forget Plumbella? Yeah, she did like half. I think she half designed or designed the pack, something. So it's a good pack. I'm just gonna like add like clutter. It's a lot of clutter, but I'm like also like if you're a streamer, it's gonna be like a lot of clutter near your desk because that happened to me when I was streaming. You have like props and things, you know. Well, I mean, if you have like a camera, I just had like Legos and things because you know I like Lego. It's near my setup, so that's what happened. So yeah, curtain. See, and then I was like, that's a little weird. I try to cover it more because I was like, I don't like that you can see in. So I replaced the window so that's not open anymore. So that's good. Alright, now we're in the kitchen. I used those new counters from the kitchen stuff pack, which came out recently. And by recently, again, I mean like 6 to 8 months ago. So I forget what it's called. The crafty kitchen. No idea. This dining room is interesting. So I was trying to make it funky, you know, as the name suggests, but I was like, well, we have these new-ish chairs, meaning these, and I was like, I can make it yellow. And I was like, I can make it purple, and then it stays this for a while. The wallpaper changes, but pretty much stays this for a while. So I hope you like purple and yellow. It's a weird color combination, but I think it's like it's like Mardi Gras colors, but there's like a specific name for it, like a supplementary? No, I don't know. They're like opposites on the color theory thingy, so they're like they do pair together, but it's like an unusual pairing, you know? I think they do work, but it's just like one of those weird ones, you know, where you're like, it shouldn't work, but it works somehow. That's this room entirely. So I do mess around with it a little bit. I cut out some stuff of this build because it was like, it's already 27 minutes as I'm recording this, so, you know, I didn't want to cut out everything, but I also didn't want, is this gonna be longer than my Art Deco build? It might be. That's actually funny, because that was like a 6-bedroom house, and this is just like a funky mid-century, so, you know. But yeah, I had a lot of fun building this. I do remember that much. It was a lot of fun building it because I was like just trying to figure out color combinations and basically just things I hadn't used before in a mid-century, or things I hadn't, like combinations I hadn't used before. Because there was like all this new stuff, and I was like, all right, cool. So also my neighbor is mowing his lawn, if you can hear that. So that's okay. Gotta do yard work, right? It's what? Today's Sunday? So yeah, it's yard work day. I don't know. Is that like a thing, yard work day? Probably is. Let's see. This is the bowling room. Love the bowling room. It's interesting. I try to make him like, well, I keep saying him. It's very like blue and green, so it's very like gender neutral, but you know, they're like a fashionista. They can have like all kinds of crazy fashion. They're a bowling star. I just thought it was funny. And I'm like, imagine going a pro bowler, So I also included like a little lava lamp. He has like hair gel and like a little comb and stuff. I was gonna try to give her like that stand with stuff, but I ended up just kind of not, because I was like, maybe he's, or like they. I'm just gonna say he. I think because it's like this is more geared towards like a teen guy kind of. Could be, but I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like they're more geared towards like their look, and the other sibling is very much like, I don't care. I'm just gonna stream. I'm just gonna do this. I don't really care. My room's cute, but like, don't care. But they care about their looks a lot. So, the personality of a pro bowler. Yeah, this room came together, and like it's like one of like my favorite and like my favorites in the entire house, I think. Just because it's interesting. I don't know, it's fun. It's just a fun build. It's a lot of weird colors, a lot of weird color combinations. Oh, in the parents' room, it's kind of already built. It's like a lot of browns, a lot of like neutral tones, that like orange wallpaper. Thought it was like kind of calming. Like I said, I feel like the parents would be kind of hippies, so I feel like it's very like, you know, we're just gonna like hide from the kids and we're gonna toke up in the bedroom or something, you know? It's one of those things. Let's see, living room. I had that massive like leaning window, and I think that stays. I hope that stays. It's a neat thing. You can see it's really white and really cold, this room right now, and I'm not a fan. And I think I kept in every bit of me struggling to try and make this room look neat. So you can kind of see like different color combinations, different everything. I was trying really hard, but I kept it in, most of it, because I was like, well, oh yeah, I was really wanting to. I wanted to use that chair so badly, like. In this rug, in that chair, I think really worked together, but okay, it's gone now. It's fine. I'll use that in another build. This wood paneling has come in clutch in so many of my builds recently, it's crazy. I don't know what it is, I think I just like wood paneling that's like really wide like that. And we did have some that came with the... what is it called? The dining pack, the kitchen, the get to cookin'. No, I don't know what it's called. The dine out pack. Yeah, that one. That came. It has wood paneling, but the wood paneling is split with like these really big, like, or not big, but they're like these like thin, like shiny lines. But like I said big because they look big, meaning like when you zoom out, like. That's all you can really see. It's just like the shiny bit of the metal, and you're just like, okay, well, why is that there? It can't just be like a wood panel, like looking normal. Okay. Aha! This is where I change things, and that's a nice color combination. I think it looks nice. Are we gonna keep it like that? Probably not. but that's part of what's fun, right? Is looking back on what you did and being like, it looked fine. You could have just kept it. It looked okay. So, I second guess myself too much, I think, in these builds. That's fine. It's the thing I gotta work on. But, that desk does not match. Do I keep that desk? Also, why is it not centered? Do you see how, like, one side is larger than the other side? Good, I'm glad we're getting rid of it. A family computer in the living room. So... it's very mid-century, but it's very 90s at the same time. So, I appreciate this house for how hard it tries and how hard it doesn't, because it's very like, oh, look at that wallpaper. Nice. It kind of gets like darker and like it's like kind of purpley, yellowy over there, like some teal. It's very like every room has like its own like color story, kind of, if I can say that, if that makes me not sound too pretentious. Its own color story. Ew. Okay, I sound like I watched D23 last night, so I'm sure that's why I'm talking like corporate buzzwords. It's like just part of my brain now, you know? Synergy. Well, I love Synergy. Disney Plus. They mentioned Disney Plus so much last night. It was so stupid. I'm like, yeah, we know you have a streaming service, okay? Everyone in the crowd already has it. You know, you just shut up. Shut up about it. It was so funny to me, though. And, like, they cheered when he came on stage, which I thought was very... Like, Bob Iger, I mean. Who treats a CEO like that? He walked on stage and everyone was, like, cheering. He got like, a standing ovation just for walking on stage. He's a CEO. Like... That's weird behavior. That's strange. I love D23 and I love the new park announcements, but I'm also like, I'm not going to treat a CEO like that. That's creepy. That's weird. What is this? And like later on in the show, I think one of the guys was like, how many cast members do we have here? And then suddenly, like, you know, most of the crowd was like screaming, and I was like, so y'all are cast members and y'all are screaming this hard for the CEO of the company? That's weird. That's real weird. It's fine. I'm not going to talk about D23 here, because I will be recording a second part of my Halloween park. And I'll be talking about all the announcements there. But just know that I'm actually really surprised. I'm good surprised. Really, like, I'm like, none of my predictions came true. Well, most of them didn't, but, like, I wasn't expecting some of the stuff they announced, and that's a good thing. I think, like, I'm excited, you know, for the parks for the first time in a long time, because I was like, I fully thought they were gonna flop, but they didn't. So I was like, hell yeah. Anyway, weird rant and thing to talk about in this video. I said I wasn't going to, but it's like fresh on my mind, so gonna talk about it. But oh, I wanted to add some personality to these. So of course, one, like, the bowler has like kind of messy and has like, you know, an electric toothbrush, and the streamer just has like a normal toothbrush, and they're just like, it's fine. Just I'm basic, it doesn't matter. And basic is a good thing. So I don't mean basic in a bad way, I mean basic in a good way. If somebody has a different color, not totally sold on the brick I used, not really sure why I used it. That window does not stay. Absolutely not. This looks ugly. What was I thinking? This is why I'm happy I left in all, like, the failures, because, like, do I get rid of that window? No. Do I really get rid of that window? Hell no. Wait, pause. No, I'm going in my screenshots. There's no way I get rid of that window. Did I really get rid of that window? Hang on 1 second. I love that window. I do! I got rid of the window! Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm gonna put it back in one of my builds one of these days, because that window is great. It's just like the angle of it. I mean, I wish we had other windows that kind of went along with it, like that went like the opposite way, or like a corner one. That would be kind of cool, like a curve. That would be sick. Don't know when we're gonna get like glass curtain windows for a curved wall, but maybe in an update. Who knows? Also, you'll realize that, like, in these builds, I tend to put the furniture in and then I add the wallpaper later. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's a thing. Am I changing the colors in here again? My goodness, see, indecisive. Me. Changing everything. Aw, man. Indecision. That's okay. It's kind of fun to see the weird choices I've made and what I'm doing, because, like, why am I doing it? I don't know. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of what happened today, right? Well, I'm drinking a Monster for breakfast at 3:30 in the afternoon. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I stayed up way too late watching D23 last night, and, I don't know why I watched it, honestly. I I don't know. I'm not one to usually watch those types of presentations. I don't like Comic-Con. I don't watch... Like, I'll watch someone else cover it for me, like, just like the highlights, because I don't usually have, like, 8 hours to spend watching a fucking live stream of some dumbass thing in Anaheim. I don't care. Like, I really don't. Just tell me the announcements and let me just live my life, you know? So, but I watched it last night because I was like, I do have the time. I can stay up late. It was on at, like, 10 p.m. to, like, 1 or 2 in the morning, which was crazy. But it's like East Coast, West Coast, so. But yeah, that's probably why I'm so discombobulated in this voiceover, because I'm so just like, you know? But I wanted to record this and get it out because, well, again, this has been on my computer since March. So if I can get it out and I can record the voiceover, I can just schedule it and then it'll be done. So, probably not the best view to have on getting YouTube videos out, but, you know, it's okay. Just trying to get them out, you know? Like, why be a perfectionist when I could just get these things out quicker, you know? Why dwell on things? So, that's what I'm trying to do now, I guess, on my channel, is not dwell on things, so I'll record voiceovers when I have the time to, and currently I have the time to, so, yeah. Adding some terrain paint. I think the build is pretty much done at this point. Me yapping about nonsense has led to it being done. Hooray! So that's fun. I had a cool funky mailbox. Landscaping is done, I believe. That was the backyard. Recycling, gotta have recycling. It's important. And then, oh, this is like, I add a grass roof, which I'm not entirely sure how sustainable it would be in the desert like this, especially if it's like in the hot sun. Would you have sprinklers would you have sprinklers on your roof? Would you have sprinklers on your roof? That's a good question. And then what's the drainage like? And how heavy is that weight gonna be of like the grass, the water, the soil? It's gonna weigh a lot, especially if it's wet. So, I don't know if this build makes any sense realistically, but that's okay. I mean, people have grass roofs, like grass on their roofs, so it makes sense. It would work, but I'm just like, in a desert environment, the amount of water you need to have to upkeep a roof like that would really not be cost effective if you're going to be in the desert. Not my call, you know, it's their call. Anyway, okay, screenshots or whatever coming up, so I gotta go. See you later. Okay, goodbye.